Well, this week's Battle Royale may have been knocked out by Mother Nature. D.H. Conley and Washington, they played some wild games through the years, and they met at Choppy Wagner Stadium in the original Washington, where everybody was keeping an eye on the weather as they had some issues. In the second half, this game didn't finish up till after 11 o'clock. Washington, end of the first half, here they come on the beautiful pass to Montrese Selby, and then going in for the score. They would have the lead at the half, but then the lightning and rains came for a little while. Everybody pulled out their phones to check out the radar. They suspended it for about an hour. Second half, not pictured. Conley came back to win. They get the victory by the final of 56-45. Greg Payne was able to make it back in time to interview the real Nate Connor about his first victory of the year.
The total game time was 4 hours and 11 minutes, and the D.H. Conley coach says, well, you know, that amount of time is definitely worth getting this first win.
Well, you know, it's our first win. It's a huge one. I'm so proud of our guys. Look, Washington did a phenomenal job. They came out and really challenged us in the first half, and you know, we were able to regroup. The break might have helped us a little bit to catch our breath, to talk, and to get things, and then our guys came out and played a phenomenal second half. I'm really proud of them getting their first win this year.
So there you go. Greg Payne reporting from Washington there. So Conley gets its first win of the year. Washington drops to 1-2, but obviously the Pam Pack looks a lot better than it's been the last couple of years.
Yeah, it was a big win for them, their first win of the season, and Conley needs that big boost, especially for their quarterback who's in his first year under center.
Mr. Hamlin and C.J. Johnson did have another big game, the future ECU Pirate. Hey, we still have our bonus game to get to, but first, it's our Vidant Wellness Blitz Play of the Week. We go back out to Beulahville where Laquan Brown rhymes with touchdown, and there he goes, the game winner for those Panthers, who improved to 2-1 on the year and have those Stallions next week. It's our bonus game. Undefeated Jacksonville travel to Wilmington to take on Laney. And the Buccaneers getting the Cardinals fits to start with, but then Graham Brinker on the brinker of a score, and he gets in. The Laney cheerleaders trying to continue to root for their team, but when you have Justin Benton to Elijah Barber, that's a close shave. Nice catch. Jacksonville gets the win. That defense looking great again as they get the 31-6 victory. Jacksonville now 3-0, and they have an early season bye week. I don't know if they want it this early, but you have to do what you got to do.
Especially they're looking good.
Boy, they're looking really good. We had several games Thursday night, including the 9th battle for the paddle between Martin County rivals Riverside and South Creek.
That paddle was double the size of me. Nickwan Burns gets things going with the early touchdown, and Will Harrell's fingers looking pretty good. He was able to just call those plays out there with 4 fingers, I guess. Brandon Beach to Matthew Lavelle. He just got his offer from Barton College, who's starting up that football team. He takes it in for the score. Then Durban Belcher and Deontay Thomas, well, a joint tackle by them. They get the win yesterday, 36-14.
One of the many Thursday night games we had. Undefeated Southwest Edgecombe travel to Winterville to take on unbeaten South Central. The Cougars beat the Falcons in a close game last year, and they would take the lead late in this game over the South Central defense. Cortez Jones is going to score.
And South Central basketball star Shaquem Phillips in the crowd, like, our Falcons got this. Justin Humphreys to Nazir Monroe Smith. We've heard his name a ton this season. South Central picks up the win, 22-14.
Undefeated Kinston hosted Fight, and this was a great finish.
Kieran Hooker has just been doing it for those Vikings. He's one of the leading quarterbacks in touchdown passes this year.
Frozen rope TD pass to Kari Pitts, one of his 5 TD passes on the night. Dave Wotecki doing a little extra duty. He and Coach Compton helping out their buddy, Coach Gieselman, because 3 Kinston coaches attended a funeral and they weren't at the game. Well, Woj and company weren't happy about Aaron Bancroft scoring as Fike would take the lead, but then in overtime the defense came through and Fike falls to Kinston, who improves to 3-0, 48-42. So a good home win for Kinston and Kieran. North Duplin hit the road for the second straight week, this time to Deep Run to take on a South Lenore team that won its opener, and they were feeling good until their first snap of the game. Gerson Marmol. A Marmol jumps on it for North Duplin, and that's going to set up Kyle Figueroa out with an injury. Hurt his knee last week against Northside, so Gage Outlaw, breaking the law, keeps it for 1 yard. He would score 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. Chad Richardson. Hey, Chad, how you doing, pal? The biggest Blue Devil fan would not go home happy. DJ Simmons the interception, one of 3 big turnovers for South Lenoir. North Duplin gets its second win of the year, 21-6. Farmville Central, fresh off its first win, hit the road to Johnston County to take on Princeton. And yeah, the Jaguars would need some drinks after this one. Jaden Brooks going to take it in for the Bulldogs. And Mr. Brooks going to do it one more time as Princeton takes it to Farmville, 36-13. So Farmville drops to 1-2. The Jaguars struggling to find some wins.
Undefeated. Talk about a big team like this one. Undefeated Tarboro made the short trip to Rocky Mount to take on Northern Nash. Now this Vikings team, Brian, I know you have this over-under of 4 touchdowns.
I don't think anyone will come within 4 touchdowns of them this whole year until maybe the state championship game. And there's Tyvon with the pick 6, and then does it defensively, why not offensively as well, as Tarboro just rolls 50-6 over a 3A team. Tarboro's a 1A team. They beat a 3A team 50-6. They're now 3-0. Lejeune hosted Lakewood on base. Thanks to Jacksonville Daily News sports guru Chris Miller for sharing his video of the Devil Pups and the Leopards. Lakewood going to go to the air. J.J. Johnson's going to come down with the pass. Lakewood had the lead, but look, Lejeune, remember they used to get shut out every game? Not this year. They've actually scored in every game. Darnell Collins going to take it in. Lejeune does lose 30-6, but we're seeing some improvement for the Devil Pups. Some other Thursday night scores, just in case you missed them. Eastern Wayne, no match for CB Aycock as old Stevie's air raid offense continues to put up lots of big points. Edenton shuts out Pasquotank. What up, Holmes? 47-0, and Rocky Mount over Hertford, 27-13. So some quick takeaways from week 3 as we go into Labor Day when we start to figure out who's really good and who has some issues.
I mean, obviously we've just seen Jacksonville just strides made this year. Last year they were looking good, but this year, I mean, that last week with Havelock is going to look like a really big matchup. But Havelock just proving that they are the powerhouse that they are, beating Wallace Rose Hill the way they did.
3 dominant teams so far that we have out there in Havelock, Jacksonville, and Tarboro. Yep. We're going to see J.H. Rose maybe could get into that category as well. They have to pick up their game Monday night, 6:30 at Hunt. Of course, we will have that covered for you, as well as all the college football happening everywhere this weekend. For Ariel Epstein, I'm Brian North for the Blitz.